Hello, I just want to welcome back to another video here on the channel. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to change the air filter on a 2012 Polaris Sportsman 500 HO. This is a very simple procedure. If you guys hang along, we'll get this done as soon as we can. So, let's get into it. So guys, before I get into the video, I just want to tell you guys what tools you're going to need to get this accomplished. This is all you're going to need. Just a flathead screwdriver just to get to that air filter. This is just a skill level 1, nothing too serious. Just basically that tool. So, let's get straight into it. First things first, all we need to do is get the seat up. You can see that there's a lever over here. All you need to do is just lift that up, pull up, and then pull straight back. Go ahead and move that out of the way. Go ahead and just set it somewhere where it's not in the way. So now you got full exposure to the air box right here. To get this off, it's just 6 clips, 3 on each side. And when you do that, you're going to go ahead and lift up and then take this vent out of the way. And now, see the air filter. So if you look, you'll see right here that there is a flathead screw right here, which is what we have. Obviously, that's on the tool list. All you need to do is just go ahead and go over to the clamp and just start loosening it until it gets to the point where it wants to fall off. So you just obviously loosen it to the left side, it normally would. There you go. So when it starts to kind of start to fall off, just keep loosening it until it's getting to the point where it's wanting to actually come off by itself. This can be a little bit tricky if you have shaky hands like me, but once you get that fully loosened up, you're going to go ahead and push that clip right back. And now to get the filter off, which is pretty easy, all you need to do is go ahead and grasp the front of it and then kind of wiggle it and then grab the back and it'll pull right on out. So yeah, there you go. So we got the filter right here. When you first start to touch it, you could feel like it's kind of oily, like my hands are starting to turn black now. That's not a bad sign, obviously. So what you're going to go ahead and do is, this right here, this is the pre-filter right here. If yours has any tears or rips in it, yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and replace it. Mine, so far, is looking fine. So what we're able to do is just go ahead, take off the pre-filter. This can get a little bit challenging at sometimes, but before I go riding Sunday, I'm going to want to change this out. And I am going to go riding, and I'll show you guys, obviously, where we're going. So it's a little difficult, but when you get it, you're going to want to go around and around, and then the shield will just slide right on off. I'm going to be really gentle with it though, because this can rip easy. Yeah, yeah, it looks like some water got inside of it, and it doesn't really look too good. It seems really dry and gunked up and stuff. So yeah, we're going to need to replace this one. Yeah, this isn't looking too good. I would keep this in here, but it just looks too bad just to keep. So we got a new filter, and we're going to go ahead and put the pre-filter back on it. So this can be a little challenging, but when you finally get it, what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and tug on the sides of it, just bring it down, so that you're able to get down fine and just put it all back nice and new. So just doing that. There we go. All perfect. Good on that side. So we got our pre-filter back on. Now it's time to put it back in the machine. So let's go ahead and do that. So once you get your filter back to the air box, before you want to do anything with the filter, before you put it back in the box, you're going to take a look at the bottom. It's got mud on it and like dirt and crap in it. That's when you know you gotta clean it. Mine's still got some mud, dry mud on there, but we got most of the crud out of there, so we're fine to put this back in. But how to put this back in correctly? What you're gonna want to do is just take this clip and I'm gonna put it back in. You want to make sure that this bolt right here, or the screw, is on the left side. So when you turn it this way, it's on the left side. So what we're going to go ahead and do is make sure that it's still on. Go ahead and make sure that you're putting the one that's so far in, not the one that has the plastic back on it. And go ahead and throw this back in, set it down nice, take your flathead, and then start screwing it in. Now if you loosen it too much where it's like slipping off when you try to apply pressure to try to screw it in, all you have to do is just like put your hand underneath it or like on top of it so that is prevented. Now this is a huge thing to worry about, guys. If you tighten this way too much, what's going to happen over time is when you don't check your air filter is that the rubber seal on it is going to start to rip off, because if you tighten it way too hard, if you tighten it as hard as you possibly can, after a while that rubber seal is going to start to wear down and not going to be able to hold anymore on your filter. So you want to make sure you put it in nice and snug, but not as hard as you possibly can. That's why I'm loosening mine just a little bit. About right there. So now you got done with that, what we're going to go ahead and do is throw your vent back in through styrofoam up and through here, up back into its place. Just wiggle it on in. And then go ahead and set the top back on. Go ahead and throw in your 3 clips here. And after that, just throw your seat back on. This can get a little challenging, especially if your plastics are kind of broken. What you're going to want to do is go ahead and when you like put it back in, you want to make sure obviously the plastics don't come out like mine did over here. So go ahead and just kind of push that back into place. So yeah, this can get a little tricky. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to go ahead and push forward so the whole back drops down like that. And then you're going to want to go ahead and flip this lever up and then press down so that it locks into place. And go ahead and just lift up on it, make sure it don't come out. And yeah. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it to the process. That's how you do it. Listen, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll make sure to answer them as soon as I can. I hope this was helpful, and all we want to say now is just thanks for watching.